Let's discuss something important today because it could change your lifestyle. Something that I heard the other day that's just been in my head is the importance of habits because everyone has habits, thousands of habits. Some are good habits, some are bad habits, some are intentional habits, some are unintentional habits, but we all have them. And when you compile them all together, they truly make up our lifestyle, right? You think about some of the good habits that we all have, or at least I hope we all have: showering, brushing our teeth. Those are things that we do hopefully every day, hopefully every other day at least for the shower. And brushing your teeth, man, brush your teeth every day. The importance of dental health is extreme. So please don't be disgusting. Brush your teeth. That's a great habit to have. Intentional habits, unintentional habits. Obviously, like going to the gym is a very big intentional habit. An unintentional habit might just be your thoughts. What are you thinking about certain people? What are you thinking about how to act around certain people? How to treat people? How are you treating your boss? How are you treating your coworkers? How are you treating whomever? Those are habits. Because if it's a pattern that consistently happens, it's by definition a habit. And obviously, we try to break habits, right? Eating bad is like probably the most generic answer. People try to eat better. People try to stop smoking. People try to stop whatever. We all try to break habits and everything. And it's like, how do you break a habit that's really hard, especially if it's like an addictive habit? Well, there's an important concept that I heard that has just reigned true the more I think about it, and that's that habits are a product of the environment that surrounds you. And when you're growing up, obviously you're born into a house that you have no control over. You don't, get a say in where you're born. You don't get a say in what kind of income your family has, all that stuff when you're a tiny little kid. You also don't get a say in the school that you pick or that your parents pick for you. You might get a pick as you get older, but like for high school and all that sort of stuff. But initially, you are placed in a grade school, like a preschool, a first grade, second grade, and your parents pick for you. So when you're a tiny little kid, all the environments that you have around you, you have no control over. You don't get a pick, and habits form through that. Maybe your family went to church when you were every Sunday when you were a kid. Maybe your family was big music heads and they took you to concerts every time there was a big concert in town, or the circus, or the carnival. Like these are all environments that you grew up around that might have caused habits. Maybe holidays is a big one, man. The habits of that you do on holidays, and we call them traditions, right? Certain families have certain traditions because of the holidays, the heritage, all that sort of stuff, right? And as you get older, like I mentioned earlier, you get to start dictating some of the environments that you're in, right? You might be able to pick the high school that you go to. You might, after high school, you should be able to pick what you do next. Maybe it's going to college. Maybe it's going to trade school. Maybe it's just getting into the restaurant industry. Whatever. You get to start picking the environment, and thus you get to start having some more control on what habits form because you now control your environment. And that's where I'm trying to get at, man. If you really want to change your lifestyle, you got to change your habits. And how do you change your habits? You change your environment. If you are independent or even in your 20s in some form or fashion, you have a car, you can dictate, you could be in high school at this point, you can still dictate the environments you're in. As soon as you get some sort of independency, like having a car, and you're not relying on people to take you places, to get you to certain places, or all that sort of stuff, you get to dictate your environment, and you get to dictate the habits that come from it. The big one, or the important thing being when you are like now in your 20s, it's important to get good habits, right? I'm going to say that smoking's not the best habit. As someone who grew up with a father who smokes a lot, I mean, he hasn't seen anything too crazy happen yet, but I've seen my grandpa pass away from, cancer that he got because it was throat cancer from smoking his whole life. Um, and that's a habit that he picked up before his 20s, but a lot of people do pick up bad habits in their 20s. A lot of people also, when you talk to some of these old dudes at the gym, like I do, um, they picked up, being serious about taking care of their bodies, stretching, weightlifting, taking supplements like creatine. That's all stuff that are habits and intentional habits that they have picked up when they were in their 20s, and now they're looking pretty dang good at 60. I'm not saying old men at my gym look good, but when I'm that age, I hope to look similar to them body stature wise. And it all comes from the environment you place. If you want to eat better, don't go to the grocery store and buy a bunch of bad snacks. Another way to do that is don't be hungry when you go shopping. That's kind of a cliche, but that's so true. Go eat a nice little healthy meal. And healthy meals don't have to be low in the amount of food. I mean, I think that's like ideal, but when you're just trying to change your habit from, man, I eat out, I eat fast food a lot, I eat Popeyes a lot, I need better habits, just go to like a grocery store, or not a grocery store, but go to like somewhere like First Watch that has like nice breakfast foods that are healthy but taste really good. Get into that sort of habit. And we're kind of cutting it short because this guy left, and I'm not going to do a whole nother round, but I hope this is starting to make a little sense. It's all about the environment, and you get to dictate your environment. So make sure you're putting yourselves in the right environment. And that's really all I got. I know it's kind of a shorter episode because this guy left. I've tried to record this episode a few times. Everyone just keeps leaving. I'm just too good. No one can screw with me, as the kids say, because I'm just getting really good at these one-on-ones. So I guess that's it for me, man. I'll see you guys in the next one. And remember, if you want to change your habits, change the environment you're in. That's all I got. That's all I got, man.